Hello, good morning. Welcome to Saturday morning meditation. We're going to start with 3 7-line prayer. Organ yogi nom jan sam pemage sardompola yatsen chogi ngodrubne pemajong ne jesurak Pordu kandro mangpo por ketki jesu dak druki jinji lop chi shek su sol guru pema city home Organ yogi num jansam pemage sardompola yatsen chogi ngodrubne pemajong ne jesurak Pordu kandro mangpo por ketki jesu dak druki jinji lok chi shek su sol guru pema city home Organ yogi num jansam pemage sardompola yatsen chogi ngodrubne pemajong ne jesurak Pordu kandro mangpo por ketki jesu dak druki jinji lok chi shek su sol guru pema city home Okay, so let's take a moment to remember our motivation for being here today and to generate compassion. So, whenever we begin an activity, it's important to begin by generating compassion for all sentient beings and to establish a motivation that is not just for the benefit of ourselves, which is kind of our normal habit to think about our own benefit, but instead to expand our heart to include all sentient beings and make the wish that our activity will benefit everybody. So let's take a moment to generate compassion and make the wish that our meditation together today will bring immeasurable benefit to ourselves and all beings. The meditation that we'll be doing today is called Shamatha meditation or Shine meditation. And this is a traditional Buddhist practice. And the instructions that I'll be drawing from today are from Jetsuma's book, Stabilizing the Mind. Stabilizing the Mind is a really great primer on meditation. And if you're interested in reading more about the practice of meditation, I recommend that book, Stabilizing the Mind. It's available on Amazon. So what Jetsuma has taught about meditation, Jetsuma has taught that meditation is the natural state of mind when it is relaxed, stable, and open. And meditating in this way trains our mind to be both calm and relaxed while also being alert and wakeful. So a lot of times nowadays in our modern culture, meditation is very popular, and there are a lot of reasons that people meditate. People meditate to lower their blood pressure or to, reduce their stress. And in the Buddhist tradition, we don't just meditate to relax. So we're actually meditating to wake up. And that makes the meditation practice a little bit different than some other meditation practices that are out there. So the point the point of this meditation is to create space in the mind. And creating space in the mind helps us to balance our emotions. It gives us a little bit of space, a little bit of room around our reactions. So we have a little bit of time between whatever happens to us and our reaction to it. So we're not just bouncing off of everything that happens like a rubber ball and having, spinning out from our emotional reactions. With a little bit of space in the mind, we can actually start to see our emotions come up in the mind and relax in the mind. And so having a little bit more spacious mind means that then when you're in the moment and something happens and maybe you have some anger arise, instead of being swept away by that anger, you see the anger come up and go, oh, that's anger, you see it come up and you see it go away. And so you have a little bit of space around it. You don't have to act on the anger. You're not completely caught up in it and hooked by it and where the anger is driving you around. So you stay aware of the spaciousness of your mind in which the anger is arising. So creating the space in the mind can be very, very helpful. And this is actually the first step in the development of bodhicitta, which is the compassionate wish to free all sentient beings from suffering. So when we're caught up on our emotions and our habitual reactions, it's then we're not able to really be considering others and working for their benefit. We're very self-concerned. So with a little bit of space in the mind, that gives us the ability to work with our own habits. It helps us to be less stressed and reactive in our daily life. And it gives us the space to consider the experience of others and to generate the wish for their happiness and work towards their happiness. So generating space in the mind is very important. So take a comfortable seat. You can sit cross-legged on the floor, or you can sit in a chair. However you're sitting, make sure that your back is straight and check in with your spine. And oftentimes nowadays we're on our phone, and so our heads are down, and so it can feel a little unnatural to be sitting up totally straight. And so what you can do is you can imagine a line going up your spinal cord, out the crown of your head, and just pull that thread so that your spine is nice and tall. And your shoulders are open. We're not collapsing in on ourselves. Our shoulders are open. There's a little bit of room around your rib cage here. Your elbows are out a bit. And then your hands are relaxed in your lap. You can do one hand in the other hand with your thumbs touching and place your hands just below your navel. You'll see images of the Buddha in that meditation posture. So that's a traditional meditation posture. You can also just relax your hands on your lap. Either way, you're going to have shoulders open, elbows are open a little bit. Not in an unnatural way, but just giving room around your rib cage for your breath to move. And then your eyes are going to remain open, looking downwards. If you're first, starting meditation, it might feel a little awkward to meditate with your eyes open. And so if you feel more comfortable meditating with your eyes closed the first few times, that's fine. But in our tradition, we meditate with the eyes open. And because we're not trying to go to sleep, we're trying to wake up. And so we want our eyes open. So your eyes are going to look downward, like down towards the floor. And you can imagine a line going down the bridge of your nose, down, down, down to the ground. And just find a place along that line where it's comfortable to rest your gaze. And then lastly, place the tip of your tongue right behind your front teeth. It's like you're saying the letter L. Then allow yourself to relax completely and breathe normally. Just breathe in your natural rhythm. If you feel like you can't get into your natural rhythm, if you feel some constriction, you could take a couple deep breaths. Focusing on the out breath helps to reset that. So just breathe in your natural rhythm. And then put a very light attention on your breathing. Don't try to control it at all. Just breathe naturally with the most gossamer thin attention on your breath. It's like taking your pulse. You don't put any pressure on it. You're just observing it. Your attention is like a feather, gently riding on the surface of your breath. When thoughts come up, just let them go like bubbles popping on the surface of a pond. You don't have to look to see what they are. Don't look to see if it's a good thought or a bad thought. Just as soon as you notice yourself following a thought, drop it. Your meditation is not lost by hearing your thoughts, but by following them down the road. So as soon as you notice they're being carried away by your thoughts, just drop it and come back to your breath. And if it's really difficult for you to dismiss your thoughts, you can imagine cutting them with scissors and throwing them away, or picking up with tongs and dropping them. You can imagine something like that. But then just come back to your breath. I'm just going to set a timer. So for our first round of meditation, we're just going to meditate for 5 minutes, and then we'll take a little break and then meditate for a longer period of time. So, just return again and again to that gossamer thin attention on your breath. All right, so that is our warm-up meditation for today. I always say if you're just starting meditation or you're just getting back into your meditation practice, it's really good to start with short sessions like that. Sometimes when people start meditation, they jump in with both feet and they think, I'm going to meditate for an hour, and they burn themselves out. And at the end of that hour, their knees hurt and they had a really not fun time dealing with all of their thoughts and emotions in their head. And they think, wow, this isn't fun. And they stop. So it's much better to start slow and build. So just start with wherever you are, whatever is a comfortable amount of meditation for you to do. If that's 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, just do a little bit of meditation each day, and just build from there. So it's better to meditate for a short amount of time regularly than to meditate for a big impressive amount of time and then burn yourself out. So just it's good to meditate in a way that is sustainable. So in this meditation right now, we are focusing on the breath. That's the object of our meditation today, is the breath. This meditation can also be done focusing on other objects. So if you want to try meditating on something else, you could meditate in the same way, but resting your attention on a candle or on a flower or an image of the Buddha. So you could rest your mind on that object the same way, but we're resting the mind on the breath. All right, so then we can do a little bit longer meditation now. So let me just set a longer timer. Okay. All right, so let's just return to our meditation posture. Our spine is straight. Our hands are on our lap. Shoulders are open. Elbows are open. Eyes are open, looking downwards. Tongue is right behind the front teeth. And our attention is on our breath. Your attention is like a feather, gently riding on the surface of your breath. Okay, so that is our meditation for today. Now, just like throughout our meditation, we dropped our thoughts. We just dropped them. Now, whatever experience you just had, whatever your meditation experience was like, whether it was relaxing or your mind was chattering the entire time, whatever your emotions were, whatever your experience was, drop it. Just drop it. Then we're going to close with some dedication prayers. And saying dedication prayers at the end helps to, it seals in the blessing of our practice. So we'll end with these. Throughout my many lives and until this moment, whatever virtue I have accomplished, including the merit generated by this practice, and all that I will ever attain, this I offer for the welfare of sentient beings. May sickness, war, famine, and suffering be decreased for every being, while their wisdom and compassion increase in this and every future life. May I clearly perceive all experiences to be as insubstantial as the dream fabric of the night, and instantly awaken to perceive the pure wisdom display in the arising of every phenomenon. May I quickly attain enlightenment in order to work ceaselessly for the liberation of all sentient beings. Buddhas and Bodhisattvas altogether, whatever kind of motivation you have, whatever kind of beneficial action, whatever kind of wishing prayers, whatever kind of omniscience, whatever kind of accomplishment, whatever kind of benevolent power, and whatever kind of immense wisdom you have, similarly I who have come in the same way to benefit beings pray to attain these qualities. By this effort may all sentient beings be free of suffering. May their minds be filled with the nectar of virtue. In this way, may all causes resulting in suffering be extinguished, and only the light of compassion shine throughout all realms. All right. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you next week. Bye.